All right, if we could stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, so the first item on the agenda is the Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution 15-089, itemizing the financials for meeting of July 7th. Morning, Heidi.
Good morning. The financials today include a cash transfer out of the general fund for the third quarter funding for the county home. Contracts with Kent Marks Home Improvements for phase 1 and 2 of the Thompson Township Community Center Rehabilitation Project for the Office of Community and Economic Development, totaling $234,338. Contract for Rupel seal coating and paving for the asphalt grinding and repaving of 470 Center Street buildings 4, 5, and 6 parking lots for the maintenance department in the amount of $38,400. Travel request for the auditor's office, the common police court, and the Office of Community and Economic Development. And a payment to Motorola Solutions for the state term contract purchase of 22 portable radios and accessory equipment for the engineer's office in the amount of $41,000.
Make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Number 2 is the Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution 15-090, adopting the 2016 tax budget in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 5705.28 and 5705.29. Anything to add, or
We did the presentation last week, and again, this is the tax budget, so this is not the actual operating budget that the commissioners will authorize actual spending from next year, but this is the beginning of that budget process.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye. Motion will be approved on that.
Read through like,
Got a bunch of them assigned.
8.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we got all this stuff there.
Brief there a little bit, assigned tax budgets. Yeah. Could you take up juggling or something?
You get all these? Can you carry them, or you need somebody
I
else?
can carry it.
You need mine there.
Yeah.
I have to sign them.
You didn't sign them?
No.
You thought they weren't gonna sign?
I'm like, I gotta fill in the top, I gotta sign them, and
Great.
I'll carry them and bring them back.
Right.
Dave, if you want to, while we're signing these, do you want to give an explanation on the, with the Eagle Scouts, and if you wanted to go through that?
These are actually, Christie did all the work on these. These are all young men who achieved the rank of Eagle Scout. I think in the resolutions, Christie has outlined what the project was for each of these young men.
Yes.
Was it like 4% of all scouts ultimately achieved the rank of Eagle Scout? So that's quite a distinction.
We originally started with 4, and then they added 2 more, so we are up to 6 that'll be honored at the Court of Honor. And they're all from the Boy Scout Troop 102 in Bainbridge Township. And some of their projects overlapped and coincided with each other, and some of them were completely different. So, do you want to do all of those?
Sure, that sounds good.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution number 15-091 honoring Richard D. Desetnik II for achieving Eagle Scout the highest award bestowed upon a Boy Scout. The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution number 15-092 honoring Paul David Gray for achieving Eagle Scout the highest award bestowed upon a Boy Scout. The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution 15-093 honoring John Frederick Hauserman for achieving Eagle Scout the highest award bestowed upon a Boy Scout. The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution number 15-094 honoring Maxwell Lavington Cook for achieving Eagle Scout the highest award bestowed upon a Boy Scout. The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution number 15-095 honoring Dustin T. Kovacs for achieving Eagle Scout the highest award bestowed upon a Boy Scout. The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution number 15-096 honoring Max Orlevins for achieving Eagle Scout the highest award bestowed upon a Boy Scout.
I will make those motions.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye. All of those Morning,
Hi,
Jessica.
good morning. In here, last week, we were posting the open position due to our promotion. Upon posting, I did notice that some of the requirements in the job description were a little off, so I just updated the job description to include that this person must be able to push, pull, and lift up to 25 pounds as they're carrying files, and that wasn't there before, as well as they need to remain current in their public database checks for the criminal background, which is part of our Western Reserve compliance. So that was missing from the job description, and we just wanted it 100% correct before we posted it in the paper.
Okay. If we could read number 9, yes.
The Department on Aging is requesting the board approve the revised job description for the position of Information and Referral Assistant number 1017 to be effective June 30th, 2015.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Thank you. Okay, number 10 is community development. Morning, Anita.
Listen, couldn't keep up. You guys are fine.
How's
Good
everything
morning.
going? Good.
Wonderful. This is to sign a contract with the Ohio Valley Archaeologists. One of the projects coming up in the revolving loan fund is disturbing new ground, and due to the location, Ohio Historic Preservation Office has said don't proceed unless you do this survey, which is $3,900, and we've always set aside part of the loan fund to deal with these types of fees, so the fees have been set aside, so this will just
So would
be
this
another
be similar
step.
to like perk testing then?
It's gonna be a couple holes that they
Okay.
drop 12 inches deep every 2 feet, and
Okay.
it's something massive must show, you can find arrowheads, but, and that won't affect it, it would have to be like a settlement or something.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Any
embarrassed.
questions? Go ahead and read 10.
The Office of Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and execute the agreement between the Geauga County Board of Commissioners and Ohio Valley Archaeology Incorporated for professional services to Geauga County for the SHEP project located at 12069 Mayfield Road, Chardon, in the amount of $3,900.
Make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Thank
Motion
you.
approved. Thank you, Anita.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Morning, Jody. How you doing?
Good, good, how are you?
Good, good.
Okay, this is the 2 notices to proceed to Mark's Building Company. We've already signed the contracts, and the notices of award have already been issued. So we're just asking commissioners to sign the notices to proceed so we can get started on the project in Thompson Township.
Okay, if we could do a reading of that.
The Office of Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and authorize the vice president of the board to execute the notices to proceed to Mark's Building Company for the Thompson Township Community Center Rehabilitation Project.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Motion approved. And what do we have for number 12 here?
This is the Welshfield Country Inn.
Okay.
They have paid off their loan for $125,000
Okay.
in the revolving loan fund, so we're canceling the mortgage.
All right. Easy enough.
The Office of Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and execute a satisfaction of mortgage for Welshville Property Partners LLC for the revolving loan fund mortgage in the amount of $125,000 has been satisfied.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Motion approved. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Engineer, morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good. You?
Good, good.
Hello, Mike.
How's everything?
Everything's good. The one item that we have here is just to execute the unit price contract with Easton Leasing for the replacement of Heath Road bridges. It's already been awarded, so.
Okay.
The County Engineer's Office is requesting the board approve and execute the unit price contract with Easton Leasing Incorporated for the replacement of the Heath Road Bridges structures 105-5.02 and 105.5.20 in Chester Township in the amount of $283,889.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Motion approved.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Get out there and fix that bridge.
Okay.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. How are you?
Good. The Maintenance Department would like to put one of our employees, Joe Lucas, on family medical leave for a period of 180 hours.
How many are?
480.
Okay.
The Maintenance Department is requesting the board approve an unpaid family medical leave for Joe Lucas beginning Monday, July 6, 2015, for the extended period of 480 hours.
Make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Okay, that motion is approved. There's that one, Blake.
Second, we'd like the board to approve hiring Corey Shook as a maintenance worker.
And this one is to replace the fellow that went to Lake County?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Any questions? If we could read that.
The Maintenance Department is requesting the board approve hiring Corey Shuk to the position of maintenance worker number 1904 to be effective July 20th, 2015 at a rate of $12.64 per hour. After the successful completion of a 180-day probationary period, the rate will increase to $13.30 per hour.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Motion approved.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank you.
good day.
Take care.
Okay. Morning, Sheriff.
Morning.
How are you?
Dan, how are you? Christina Regal, are you employed?
Dan, how are you,
Morning.
sir?
Good to see you.
Hey, Chief, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Right along. Speed session.
That's your mission.
Yeah, don't come late today. You'll be on next week's agenda.
The next three items are all related. The city of Bedford has closed its jail. We had 3 communities approach us, see if we'd be willing to house their inmates. Gates Mills, Moreland Hills, and Mayfield. The contracts are similar to contracts we use with other communities as well. Give Geauga County control of the jail.
Sheriff, why did they close that over there, Bedford? Was it a building issue, or what? You just want it out of the business?
They had a lot of problems.
Okay,
Yeah, I think the building was becoming dated.
okay,
Cost to renovate,
Yeah.
cost to,
yeah.
it was a financial decision. So
And
it's been
and
left-
Solon is still open though?
Yes.
Okay. Because there was rumor that they were gonna maybe close or something too. Did you hear that?
I've heard it.
Okay.
But I've seen no
Okay,
movement, consistent with that, so.
I mean, obviously, it's not the same, but, you know, what kind of volume do you get from these communities?
We don't anticipate a
Pretty
large volume.
low, right? I mean,
You know, 1, 2, and between the 3 communities, I mean, these are not,
yeah,
yeah.
And that's why they're paying a higher rate, too.
They're paying a higher rate than we normally get because of that.
yeah, they don't get the quantity discount.
Exactly, exactly.
Right.
Right, you know, you book a whole floor, we can get you a deal.
We can fly them.
all right.
Do all 3.
Yeah, we could do all 3 of those then?
The Sheriff's Office is requesting the board approve and execute the agreement for boarding of prisoners by and between the Geauga County Board of Commissioners and Gates Mills. The Sheriff's Office is requesting the board approve and execute the agreement for boarding of prisoners by and between the Geauga County Board of Commissioners and Moreland Hills. The Sheriff's Office is requesting the board approve and execute the agreement for boarding of prisoners by and between the Geauga County Board of Commissioners and Mayfield, Ohio.
Make those motions.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye, all 3 approved.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, bye-bye.
Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, Mike. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah. We're starting to miss you.
I'm trying to show up every week. All right, number 1 for the Transit Department is I asked the state to amend my 4-year plan. We had a lighting project that I had slated for next year. I asked them to move that project forward this year because we had the local match funds. So basically, number 19 is they're amending the contract I have with them for $10,240 as their portion of the 80%. 10% of the cost of the new lighting. The new lighting is, we have metal halides now, we have 28 lights, it's about $200 to replace, so they're starting to die out.
These are the overhead lights in the garage?
In the garage, in the maintenance bay area. We're gonna go with LED lighting, which uses 20% less, uses only 20% of the same amount of electricity needed for the metal halides, and they produce probably about maybe 150, 200 more lumens over the course of the entire light bill light.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have we'll get a lot of immediate payback in our utility bills as soon as they replace them. The whole cost was $12,800, and I had to amend my contract with the state for $10,240. That's the amount, that's the 80% amount that they give to us for that.
Okay.
And we have to get a local match for the other ones, so it's a good deal for us. We should get our money back in about 18 months.
Okay.
That we spent, just in savings.
Very good, thank you. If we could read 19.
The Transit Department is requesting the board approve and authorize the Vice President of the Board to execute the Ohio Department of Transportation 2015 Rural Transit Program Grant Contract Amendment, contract number 101 RPTF 150100 to facilitate the purchase and installation of a new LED lighting system at the administrative facility in the amount of $1,240.
Make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Motion approved.
Okay, the next one for the Transit Department is another, this is our contract agreement with Cintas. It's our standard agreement that's already been approved by our law department and auditor's office. We went for a 3-year agreement. We're gonna save probably, it costs us right now, our previous agreement was about $147 a week. This new agreement with what I think are nicer uniforms is gonna cost us a little under $90 a week. So that's just competition out there.
Is this the same outfit you used before, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to Aramark and UniFirst, and they were basically the same price. But we've been loyal to Cintas, they've been loyal to us, they've done a nice job of responding to our needs, so I felt that at the same price that we should continue.
Yeah, and also, just to add to that, when I first came in office, I don't know if you remember, we actually did a study, actually, on the uniform, because, you know, I had raised the question saying, you know, are we spending $36,000 that people could just wash their own uniforms and save the county that money? And when we really looked at the cost of what it was, the ability of having a uniform that everybody has a same look and everything, it just, you know, it was pennies, literally, what it came up to, that it just didn't make sense, and it was an extra perk that an, you know, employee could receive. So I think, you know, even though you look at that amount, I think that the value really is in that, so.
It was good we looked at it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it hadn't been looked at
Right,
before.
yeah.
Yeah, that's standard in our agreements within the 36,000. I mean, we won't get there. I mean, it'll be, you know, probably less than $2,000 a year.
Yeah.
Basically for us for the uniform rental and all that good stuff, so.
Okay, well, thank you. You know, if we could read 20?
Okay, we have to sign on the first page,
Okay.
and we have to flip it over, and use the initial.
Okay.
In all of those spots.
Alrighty.
The Transit Department is requesting the board approve and authorize the Vice President of the Board to execute and endorse the Cintas Standard Uniform Rental Service Agreement for uniform service for a 3-year period in amount not to exceed $36,000.
Make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Thank you.
Approved,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Mike. Okay, water resources. Morning, Jerry.
Good morning.
How are you? Good.
All right, Jerry, what do you have this morning?
The first item is for Hawksmoor Way sanitary sewer realignment. That's the development in Bainbridge Township where the roadside is slipping away. Our sanitary sewer is in that slippage area. So we were gonna flip it to the other side of the road. We went out for bid with that. We received one bid from Snavely Construction, and it was in excess of it was about $20-some thousand over the engineer's estimate, which exceeded the 10% over the engineer's estimate is allowable. So we're asking to reject the bids, and then we're reevaluating the project and seeing whether it's something we can do more in-house or partially in-house and partially hiring a contractor. Some of our contractors that we use for a lot of these type of projects aren't able to meet the bonding requirements that are required when you go out for a full bid, so.
Okay.
Other options. So we may be coming back with, you know, to go out for bid again with this, but we're looking to see if there's another way to do it quicker.
Okay.
Now, here it says all bids were in excess of the engineer's estimate. Did I hear you say we had one bid?
There was
Oh,
only one bid on it, yeah.
Is that customary? Or is there something about the job that's why it was over and?
That actually, because the last couple projects we've had, we've only been getting 1 or 2 bids on it. So I checked with some other sanitary engineers and some engineering firms, and they said they're starting to see that a lot more as the economy's coming back. A lot of the companies that used to bid on stuff are either no longer in business or have,
They're busy.
they're busy or their financials have dropped such that they can't get the bonding. That they're
Yeah, the
required to
expense of
have.
doing this kind of work, there's other stuff that's more profitable.
Right,
for them.
and as for a job this size, that's, you know, a smaller job, it's only, 100,000, a little less than over 100,000, it's not necessarily worth for a bigger company to say, we're gonna go out and spend the money to get the bond and all of that.
Sure.
When it's only gonna give us a couple hundred, you know, maybe $100,000, a couple $1,000 profit at the end of the day.
If you're seeing this happen more frequently, what's the next step? I mean, if people are, you know what I'm saying?
That's where, you know, that's kind of what we're starting to deal with now, is the economy's coming back, and, you know, we'll probably start seeing more companies getting back up to that point that they can start bidding
They'll-
again. But right now, they're either busy because there's fewer companies out there to do the work, or they're not financially stable enough to get the bonding and such that they need.
And this job is unique in that the bank is moving. So
Yeah, the
it's
embankment,
gonna- It's not a.
Well, they're not, the only thing they're doing with that sewer is that would they'd be filling it with low-strength mortar in place to abandon it as it is.
And leave the pipe and
Everything else
everything
is,
in.
yeah, we're not, I don't want them touching that embankment.
Yeah, that's a big-
So they'll just be putting a new sewer line in on the other side of the road.
I see. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Department of Water Resources is requesting the board reject all bids submitted for the Huxmore Way sanitary sewer realignment, as all bids were in excess of the engineer's estimate.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. And then number 22.
The next item is a Russell Township 208 plan, amending that to match the sewer project, this 306 and 87 sewer project. Everybody's been tied into that, so
Okay.
we're changing them all from maybe sewer to existing sewer.
All right, if we could read 22.
The Department of Water Resources is requesting the board approve and amend the Russell Township 208 Water Quality Management Plan to change the designation of the properties located at the intersection of State Route 87 Kinsman Road and State Route 306 Chillicothe Road from maybe sewer to existing sewer, as all properties were a part of the Russell Township Center Sewer Project.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spiller?
Aye. Motion approved.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now. Morning, Craig.
Morning, everyone.
Good, good.
All right, well, the first agenda item is just our lease agreement for the building. So we're just asking the commissioners approve and execute the lease agreement for our building for the next 3 years.
Okay. We could read 23.
The Department of Job and Family Services is requesting the board approve and authorize the vice president of the board to execute the lease agreement between the Geauga County Board of Commissioners and Geauga County Job and Family Services in accordance with ORC 133.07C5 for the use of the Wellington H. Chapman Building, the parking lot facilities, and all necessary appurtenances thereto located at 12480 Ravenwood Drive in order to house the offices, facilities, and operations of Geauga County Job and Family Services for the term beginning July 1st, 2015, for a period of 3 years with the annual rental of $63,465 plus any interest expense incurred by the County of Geauga associated with the financing cost of debt secured for the purposes of the construction or renovation of the building facilities on the property.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spiller?
Aye. Motion
Good to know we
approved.
have a roof over our head for the next 3 years.
The check clears.
Thank you, gentlemen. And the next one is asking to go into executive
Okay.
session.
We have a motion to waive the reading of it here.
I move.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spiller?
Aye. Motion approved. And
Well,
then,
Paul Ryman and Craig and myself will be joined into the.
okay, do
Will
we
there
expect
be-
action or?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
You were
All right.
at 9:37.
So we returned 9:37 from executive session, and we've got a motion to move on.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the board accept the disciplinary recommendation of the Director of Job and Family Services and to suspend without pay Lauren Manfred as eligibility referral specialist 2 in the Department of Job and Family Services for 16 hours, 2 working days for violation of Section 3 of the Geauga County Job and Family Services Personnel Policy and Procedure Manual under Conduct and ORC 124.34 for violation of provisions of agency policies or procedures. and further approve and execute the order of removal, reduction, suspension, involuntary disciplinary separation form per ORC 124.34 for the 16 hours.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
You can give us his names. He signed it on, it's fine.
That's all right.
Did the auditor's office call back?
They're not, yeah, they weren't sending anybody, so I'll explain the next one here.
Okay, I called
Yes.
to see what.
Does Craig get this, or then all of those? Okay. All right.
Can we
Thank
keep
you,
one or
folks.
no?
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good day, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this last one is a contract for fiscal consulting services. This is something, we used to have a gentleman by the name of John Connor who had a lot of experience in banking. And when the county would go out to sell new notes each year as we roll over the notes, Mr. Connor had a lot of contacts in the banking industry, so he'd encourage people who are looking for good, safe investments in tax-exempt bonds, or notes in this case, to consider putting in a bid for the notes. So various entities would put in a bid, and the county would accept the bid for whoever's offering us the lowest interest rate. Because of Mr. Connor's experience and knowing the folks that would offer competitive rates, we were able to enjoy some very low interest. I think this last year was like 0.3 or something like that for our
I
note.
think .03.
It was .03.
0.0, yeah,
0.03,
0.03.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like a third of a percent, so we're paying almost nothing for the money, which is great. Mr. Connor unfortunately passed on earlier this year, so the auditor has identified another individual named Steve Santo, I believe he used to be. I'd known him prior years when I was with the township, worked for National City, PNC. He's formed a group, apparently Cecina and Associates, so he'll perform the same kind of services with his knowledge of the investment community to hopefully make sure we continue to be able to issue notes at a very low interest rate. So that's what this contract is for.
Okay.
The auditor's office is requesting the board approve and execute the agreement to provide fiscal consulting services to Geauga County, Ohio between the Geauga County Board of Commissioners and Cecina and Associates LLC for the period of June 8th, 2015 through June 7th, 2016 in an amount not to exceed $4,500.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye, motion approved. Then for the acknowledgements is Doug Borden of this Dog Seas. Meetings, we have a investment advisory board meeting in the chambers right after this session. And we have a post audit meeting at 10:30. Geauga County Township dinner is 6:30 on the 8th. NOACA External Affairs is on the 10th. Board of Revision 13th. Great Lakes Growers Hydroponic Tours 1:30 in Burton. The Commissioners also hold session on the 14th. Portage Juvenile Detention Center meeting 1:30 on the 14th. Planning Commission meeting at 7 o'clock over at the parking lot of 1C. That's also on the 14th, and on the 20th, Board of Revisions again. The 20th Family First Council at 2, and the 21st is regular session. 23rd is our night session. The 28th is a regular meeting. Okay, motion to adjourn.
I got one question about the, seems like we were gonna have one of these meetings at DES, is that right?
That'll be in August.
Oh, it got moved to, okay.
We did a resolution
Okay.
to move it in August.
I remember it was on there, I didn't remember the date, so.
It was originally supposed to be in June, and then due to the large volume of attendance for the Board of DD
Okay,
resolution
okay,
that Kelly held at
okay.
8, we moved the DES meeting to August.
Okay. Fine, so, yeah, we adjourn the meeting, but we have another meeting.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done. It's all you.
Okay, first I have to apologize for last week. Completely